Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2017 in our European Journeyman series with Brighton. Now this is the first time that I've ever tried to live stream on YouTube, so you'll have to let me know any rough edges or things that aren't working. Basically I'm a bit too lazy to record and then edit a video today, so I'm just going to run through it in a normal kind of way. And when we left off last time, if we have a look at the schedule, you can see that we took on Norwich, Burnley, we lost to Fulham, and then we beat Huddersfield away 3-0. So we're on a good run of form at the moment, hoping to keep that going with big games against QPR, Ipswich and Oxford, all at home. And then we're away against Bradford City in the FA Cup third round. So that'll be a big game as well. We'll also head into the transfer window, although I'm not looking to make any signings. So because it'll still be the first week of the window and I'm quite happy with the team at the moment. Now do let me know if anything happens in the stream that isn't right or if it's not working in the best way, and obviously if you're watching this afterwards then let me know what you think about doing episodes in this way. It's hopefully going to be the length of a normal episode, just 4 games, but you'll get to see more of what I do in between games. But spoiler alert, it's not very much. I usually just plow through because I have automated setup on a lot of the backroom stuff like training and things like that, so it shouldn't be that interesting. There's also a lot of games happening very quickly. You'll also see that my computer does struggle with loading times sometimes. So yeah, we've got 4 days between the one with Ipswich, 2 days then before we take on Oxford, and then Bradford 5 days after that. So these games are going to come through very quick, so I'm not sure how long this episode will be. Normally they take about 40-50 minutes to get through, so I guess it will be around 45 minutes long, this, which will be longer than they normally are. The normal videos that I put up are about 20 minutes long. But I'm not really sure. Oh, Fernandez wants to have a chat. Why does Fernandez want to have a chat? He plays plenty of football. What's he talking about? Where is he? There he is. I suppose he's only playing as a sub. He's quite a good player, Gedson Fernandez. So I might actually give him a bit of playing time. If we look at the coach report for him, 3.5 stars. The trouble is that Beccaria and Morris are just too good. Fernandez is the next best thing, but he is still a little bit of a way behind the other players. But I am going to give him a bit of playing time, I think. If we have a chat with him and just say we'll give him a few starts in the next few weeks, that might help calm him down. I can't believe he came to me on Christmas Day and told me he was unhappy. I feel like I've let him down. But there we go. Hopefully that'll make his Christmas, knowing that he's going to play against QPR on Boxing Day. Now, as YouTube is telling me, there are 5 of you watching at the moment, so let me know if the stream is working or not working. I think it's saying the video quality is low at the moment because I think my internet's a load of crap. So if none of this is coming through and I'm just talking to myself, then that'll be a little bit awkward. But hopefully some of you can hear me. And hopefully also this video just uploads as normal afterwards. But I don't know how watchable it will be live. But Fulham have beaten West Ham. That's a big game for us because it means that West Ham are falling behind a bit more. Newcastle having another takeover there in the news screen, but we need to get ready for this game against QPR. It's not been that long since we played last time. I think we've had 3 days break since the last game, so this is going to be quite a big one at home against QPR. But the game is taking so long to load. I think the streaming at the same time as trying to play the game is actually quite difficult. But we'll just see. I mean, this is very much a test. If it doesn't work out, I will go back just to doing normal videos. But the last couple of days, I've been a bit too busy to do the usual sort of hour that it takes to go through things. Did I just miss something about my assistant manager? Has he just left? What's going on with Landucci? These loading times. Why have Middlesbrough offered Landucci a job? What are they doing? Oi! It's my assistant manager. Looks like somebody needs a new contract. Oh, that burns. Not playing at a strong level of competition. What a load of absolute nonsense. That's going to be a big blow if he goes, because he is a very good assistant manager, one that actually followed me from the last club that I was at, so it's going to be really, really bad if he leaves. Almost sweared there, but on YouTube I try not to. Let's try and put Gedson Fernandes in at right wing back. That will give him his first start. The team's not in the best shape, but at home against QPR, I think this is a more important game than the one against Ipswich. QPR are 12th, Ipswich down in 20th place, so I think we do probably have to focus on QPR. Are there any other players we can maybe bring in? We could bring Hickman in, but Marin's quite good and he's not too badly unfit. I think Pospisil's probably the only one that I'd take off. We can maybe give Sassy a game. He hasn't started much this season, but he's a decent backup player, so let's give him a game. And that means that the team that we'll be putting out there for the match against QPR is going to be made up of Coupadon, Sassy and Bueno up front, with Beccaria and Morris still the two in midfield. Fernandes gets his start that he's been asking for at right wing back, with Marin at left wing back. Then it's Soler, Andres and Pask in central defence, with Amego in goal. Although Carlos Eduardo is banned and I didn't even notice it. So let's bring Carmona into the squad if we can, and then submit the team. That seems to have worked. So I think that's quite a strong team for this match. Hopefully they will be able to go out and get the win. Feel free to say hi in the chat, guys, if you are watching, and let me know if this is actually coming through to you all right, because it's pretty much impossible for me to tell if this stream is working or not unless you guys let me know. It's saying that it's got really slow connection, so it might be buffering quite a bit for you, and sorry if that's the case. I'm actually back in Brussels at the moment. I recently moved to London. I've come back to Brussels just to hand in my keys and get my deposit back on my apartment, which is why I'm deciding to stream, because I don't have anything else going on at the minute. And after this stream, I'm probably going to record a couple more videos for the next couple of days, so you should get your daily content back after this episode is done. Finally, the game loads up. As you can see, a couple of points behind Norwich at the moment. Not too familiar with QPR's team. I don't think they're going to be too difficult to beat. We should be able to get the team riled up, hopefully. That wasn't the best reaction to the team talk, but if we do the little supplementary ones, it usually picks them up. It's quite helpful not having any strikers, because I only have to do that twice instead of the usual 3 times. But we are getting ready to kick off now against QPR. If we skip that. This is the second time I've tried to launch this stream. The first time it didn't work out very well, so I think YouTube's still going to upload that video anyway, so I have to keep an eye out for it and try and delete it, because it's basically just me delivering the intro and then the stream stopping. But here's Coupadon down to Sassy. He's trying to go past the defender. He has go, and what a goal from Sassy. That's an excellent finish straight into the top corner, and we do have a 1-0 lead. Now this looks a little bit jumpy to me, so I'm going to drop the match highlights down, which might make it run a little bit smoother, but the game does seem to be struggling. My MacBook's a few years old now, so I'm not sure how it's coping with a lot of this stuff, but hopefully it's okay. Now here come QPR on the attack. It's Winters on the ball. He pushes it out wide. Sterling cutting it in, finds Winters again. He then finds Walker. Ball out wide towards Fools. Can he get the cross in? He has, and Amego picks it up quite smoothly. We might even have to go to a 2D match engine if it's too jumpy, this game. But the header does come back. There's Beccaria on the ball, trying to bring it forward. He finds Morris. Now Bueno, trying to put the ball forward. He does find Fernandes. Can we get the ball inside? He picks out Beccaria, trying to put it through the middle. Coupadon backheels it to Sassy. Can he get a second? Oh, what a choice it was, putting Sassy up front for Pospisil. 2 goals in the first 13 minutes. He's clearly had a very good Christmas, and we are now really on the go. Doing quite well, it has to be said. And now 2-0 up inside 20 minutes. QPR yet to even have a shot. That is particularly pleasing. I just have to see what we can do from here. Here comes Arroyo forward to Tracy, trying to cut inside. Great tackle from Morris there. He is such a good player. Now Fernandes trying to come forward, finds Bueno. He puts it onto Sassy. He's on a hat-trick now. He's got a long time to finish it. Marin's in on goal though, but he's gone for the effort when he should have passed it maybe across the box. It's hit the side netting. 2-0 now though, that lead. 0 shots and 0 on target for QPR is particularly pleasing. They've not even really created anything at this point in the first half an hour. Morris on the ball, out to Fernandes, into Bueno. He's in on goal and he's hit the post there. Or was it a save? I think the chat at the bottom said that was a save from Augusto, which is quite impressive given he didn't seem to move. Here's a corner though. It's Sassy swinging it in. He's looking for the back stick. And there's a foul in there, but it's from Andres. I was hoping that might be a penalty, but the chance goes away. And so no penalty. But we do have a free kick from Sassy. He's putting it towards the back stick. Pask arriving, and Augusto's pushed it onto the bar. And then Pask has just touched it out. Not the most assured touch from the centre-back there. Nearly half-time now. We are totally in control of this game. It's just surely going to be another 3 points. It's going to be one heck of a capitulation by the team if we don't see this game out. But I imagine we will. We're doing quite well right now. Let's just give them a nice team talk and send them on their way for the second half. I'm not going to bother with supplementary stuff. 8 of the guys in the chat. Witho, we've got It's Jukic and Stanley as well. Sorry if the stream is really laggy, but hopefully it will catch up. It seems when I'm looking at my streaming software, you're just behind me. Here's Bueno to Coupadon, sends it on to Sassy. Now it's Marin, players in the middle, and it's Sassy's effort. He got the ball in the net, but it's not going to count. 20 seconds from the restart, that is not bad going at all. Nearly getting that in. Here's another free kick, but this time for QPR. Rogers onto Winters. He finds Castro. Ball sent over. Pass with the header. Beccaria can't win it. Arroyo has it. He's then tackled. Soler with the ball. Over to Morris. Sends it over the top to Fernandez. Inside to Sassy. He's got players around him. Back to Beccaria. He pushes it all the way back to Soler. Now Marin. Inside to Coupadon. Through to Sassy. Can he finish it? It's another save from the keeper. Sassy getting closer to that finish there. Got a corner now from Bueno. Sending it into the middle, and it's headed away. Coupadon trying to follow up on the ball. Pushes it out to the left for Bueno again, but highlight comes to an end. Quite a good area there. It's always a bit frustrating when highlights just end like that. But now 50 minutes on the clock. They're making 3 substitutions 6 minutes into the second half. Maybe reflective of the kind of performance that QPR are putting in at the moment. But we're doing all right. And I don't really see too much need to change. I suppose we could start to rest a few players, given QPR not exactly at the highest point. If we take Morris off and maybe bring on Carmona, could do the bit of game time. Lambeze could also do with some game time. We can maybe give that aging Andres a bit of time off. That should just slow down the action of the game a little bit as well. But an hour gone now, and we are looking quite comfortable. This game should be seen out. It's disappointing that we've had 16 shots, 8 on target, but only 2 goals. I mean, 16 efforts, you'd expect more goals than that. And that is one area we could maybe look at strengthening in January, because we're still not really in control of this league title race. And I think, given the amount of money we've got to spend, we should be really sitting pretty at the top of the league by the halfway stage, but we're still fighting it out at the top right now. Just 20 minutes left to go now. Nearly at that full-time whistle. QPR just 1 shot and it was off target, so I don't think we're at too much risk of this falling apart. I'm going to take Bueno off for M-Bomb, and he can just see out the last 15 minutes. Yep, Arsenal-Leicester is the first game of the season with Owen Stanley. I'm looking forward to that as well. I'm going to be watching that when it happens, so this will not conflict with the timing of that. Here's a free kick from Correa though. He's gone for goal, and Amago does save it. I was a bit worried. If that had gone into the top corner, we could have been in for a nervy last 15 minutes. Amago does send the ball out. Here's Pask, trying to bring it forward. Onto Fernandez. He's trying to run inside. Now Sassy to Beccaria. Coupadon. Ball just being played around midfield, but a little bit dangerously. Carmona does get it forward, but he's giving it straight away to the opposition. And maybe showing that he isn't, or why he isn't, a first-team player. Browning coming down the right. He's got a man in the middle, and it's in towards the Seno, and he has found that bottom corner. I was worried about them getting a goal back, and they've gone and done it now. It's 2-1, and we could be looking at this falling apart a little bit. We've seen it happen before. I mean, Fulham have done it to us twice now, coming back from when we were in a leading position to turning us over. Augusto sends this one forward. Headers from Soler. It's come to Castro, though. Less than 10 minutes left. Are we about to completely F up another game from a winning position? Cabanes trying to cut inside. Puts it in, and Amego with the stop. It was a tame effort, but another sort of flash of what QPR might achieve. Given they had 0 shots on target for so long, it's a little bit concerning. Lambese just hanging onto the ball a bit too long for my liking there. Now it's Sassi out to Marin. He pushes it into Beccaria. Now Coupadon. Players in his middle, if he can pick them out. Where's he going with this? He's tackled and given it away. He needed to put that across a lot earlier. Pasca's won that header though. Carmona onto Mbom. This is a good position. You can slip the pass. Sassi for the hat-trick. And it's onto the post. Augusto has made a number of decent saves today. That's a little bit frustrating that he's doing that. And that we haven't been able to do that. Hey Flaming School, love that you're enjoying the series as well. That's good to hear. Good to see a few of you in the chat there as well. Less than a minute to go now in this game. Can we see it out? Coupadon is chasing the ball down. He's got 2 in the middle to aim at. He's trying to put the cross in, and then bomb at the near post. Cleans it up for us. A 3-1 win. That could have been even more nerve-wracking. I hate when you get a highlight in the last minute or so of a game. I hate going to defence or going to contain. For me, contain never works. It's a guarantee of a goal for the opposition. But I don't like switching the mentality of the team. I'd rather leave it on counter when we're under the cosh, because we might be able to break forward like we did then, get the goal and win the game 3-1. That is another very, very important win for the team. Getting 3 more points on the board. Because we're winning so many games now, the team's not reacting. Top of the league, Norwich have drawn with Bradford City, the team that we're playing in the FA round in a few days' time, and we are 3 goals clear at the top of the league, 8 points clear of Swansea. Everton and West Ham now 10 points behind. That is a very rosy position. Swansea can close the gap down to 5 points, but the main bit of news is that we are now top of the table, and that is absolutely ideal. I'm hoping that the Premier League game tonight will be a lot of fun. I'm really interested to see how Lacazette does in this game against Leicester, because obviously he hit the post against Chelsea in the Community Shield final. I think that was a flash. A 6-6 draw between Chelsea and United. 12 goals. Diabate, our former player, getting a hat-trick in that game for Man United. That is one heck of a just random scoreline to be thrown out on the screen on Boxing Day, no less. Oh, it is hard work streaming. It's a lot of talking for a long period of time. This is the first time I've ever streamed. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it. From the looks of it, as I'm recording this now, you are just seeing the 85th minute, if my streaming software is accurate. So you're about, I think, a minute behind me, and I think that's a lag caused from the poor internet connection sending it through. I imagine it would be a lot cleaner when the video is just uploaded by YouTube. But that is not a bad result at all. We are doing quite well, and we still got that EFL Cup semi-final against Manchester United to look forward to. Next up, though, we've got that game against Ipswich Town and another one against Oxford. But 3 home games in a row is quite a treat, given that we've just gone to the top of the league. It should really allow us to consolidate our position. Good news for Gedson Fernandez, because Beccaria is now suspended for 2 games. Our midfielders do pick up a lot of yellow cards, so it was bound to come up at some point around now. But now to the 27th. It's a 3-day rest between games. It's not too bad at all. But not ideal, because the team was already down to about 91-92% fitness ahead of the last match. That's going to drop even more by the time we take on Oxford. But the worst point in the season for us, really. Although I'm not sure how having the EFL Cup semi-final will actually impact our season, because that's added a lot more games to a championship season. It already has 46. You throw in all those EFL Cup games, and it's basically as if we're a Premier League team in the Champions League. You know, we don't really have a squad built to manage the kind of endurance that involves. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we do in that 2-legged tie against Manchester United. I'm certainly looking forward to it. We've got the game against Ipswich first, so the loading times in this game, streaming really does hit your computer hard. I definitely need to buy a new one at some point. Maybe that's the time for me to plug my Patreon if any of you out there have deep pockets and nothing better to do with it. But yeah, I think I am looking to get another PC. I've already bought a nice microphone. I've bought a few different software packages. I'm also considering streaming the new feature when it comes out, because I've got finally Xbox One. I do have FIFA 17. I'm just not a fan of it, to be honest, at the minute. And it seems a bit silly trying to start getting into FIFA 17 on the channel at this point in the season when the new game's just a few months away. I'm just going to send my assistant to that one. I'm really good about the press conferences at this point in the season. But yeah, what do you guys think about potentially doing some FIFA 18 when it comes out? Because you can get the extra early access if you buy that Ronaldo edition that I've seen on the Xbox One homepage, whatever it's called. But that's like £80 to get FIFA early, which is quite a lot of money. I think you get 3 days extra access, and I think you can get even more if you've got the EA Access Pass thing for all of their games. So would you guys be interested in seeing me do FIFA on the channel? It's taking a long time to get to this Ipswich game. Yeah, I think if I do FIFA, I probably won't do Ultimate Team. I find Ultimate Team really frustrating because there's not really an end point. It's just about building the best squad that you can, usually having to put a load of real money into the game, and then once the season's over, the game just kind of dies and you lose all the investment that you've put into it. And other than winning Division 1 isn't that satisfying. I've done it once before on like FIFA 15, I think. And once you win it, like, you get some coins, but there's not really much status. I think Foot needs a better. I know they've got the Foot Champs now, which I've not actually taken part in, but yeah, I'm not sure what the kind of output of FIFA Ultimate Team is, because you don't really win trophies. It's not the same as when you do career mode and you do win the Champions League, you do win the Premier League and things like that. So I imagine if I do go on to FIFA, I will be doing career mode. So maybe you guys can let me know what club you'd like me to do if I do bring that in. I still need to buy one of the streaming things, the Elgato, before I can do that, but I've got everything else set up. Trying to get through January 1st on a stream is going to take so long, isn't it? The opening of a transfer window. We learn when maybe the best time to stream is and when it isn't. I think when I'm back in London, I have a much better internet connection than I have here, so I probably will be able to stream then. But I usually stream from my office because it has such a good internet connection. It's usually quite quiet in there as well. So maybe next week you might see another stream, but a bit of a higher quality one than this. But it's thirsty work streaming. Right, we're at the game. What are we going to do with the team? What are they looking like? Fitness isn't too bad. Bakary is injured. How long's Bakary out? He's injured and suspended. Out for 11 days and suspended for the next game. I think he was suspended for 2 games, but it seems to be saying just the 1 game at the moment. Who do we want to put in midfield? We're not exactly blessed in this area. I think we can drop Coupadon back. He's maybe the best option. And then for Bakaria, we can probably bring Pospisil back into the team. I think Sassy deserves to continue after his last game, and I think the rest of the squad's looking alright. Let's bring Greg Smith rather than Sam Smith. I don't know if they're those two. They're just academy players that I've tried to bring into the club. Not bad actually, the 95% fitness, given. And it means that the team that we're putting out against Ipswich is made up of Pospisil, Sassy and Bueno, with Coupadon and Morris in midfield. Then it's Marin, Soler, Andres, Pask and Fernandez on the back 5, with a Mago in goal. So a very similar team to the last match. It's just really Bakaria for Pospisil and a little rejigging of the team. Hi to Harvey Coe, who's just joined the stream and said hi. I think we're already 25 minutes into this stream, so it might take a while to get through these games. The loading time's definitely gone up by quite some bit. But it's something new to me. I'm quite enjoying this streaming, actually. I think it could be a lot of fun. It's certainly easier than having to edit and export a video all the time. Although I'm slightly worried at the start of this stream, I just had a 30-second silence where I didn't realise if it was streaming or not. So sorry to the people watching after the fact, if that is what you're seeing. Let me know if you prefer the stream videos, or if to continue with a mix, or just do things independently. Again, struggling to motivate the team a bit. I think I'm going to have to give them a negative team talk if they aren't more than 1 goal ahead by half-time. That should push them morale up a little bit higher. I mean, it's already up at superb, but 3 of the players don't like it when they don't react. And Is this game going to let me skip the intro? There we go. Right, we can kick off now. It is Ipswich kicking off. Fernandez trying to take the ball down the left flank. He's tackled. Ball Warren doesn't go out of play there. I thought it would. But nothing happening in that opening highlight. Still no shots. There we go. We get the first one and it's on target, which is always good. 75% possession in the opening 10 minutes is not a bad position to be in either. Ipswich have hit back. Quite a few offsides. Sassy not quite finding his line at the minute. Warren tries to clear it though. Morris with a good interception. Here's Marin. On to Coupadon. Puts it inside to Pospisil. Coupadon to Bueno, round the corner for Fernandez. Can he put it across? He does, and it's Sassy arriving again. He is the player of the moment. What a goal that is. His third goal of the season. They've all come in the last 2 games. We finally decided to start him, and boy, has he delivered for us. That's absolutely excellent. Hi to my hand, who's joined the stream, probably a few minutes after he actually said hi, sup. I've acknowledged him. Here's Fernandez with the throw-in. Finds Morris. Back to Fernandez again. He puts it over to Coupadon. Ball through to Pospisil. Inside to Sassy. Can he get another? And he's hit the woodwork. He was not far away there whatsoever. 27 minutes into the game now. I mean, we're looking quite comfortable once more, but a 1-goal lead is never ideal because our team has got a history of conceding very late on. But at the moment, we seem to be holding it together well. Our rating's certainly above that of the Ipswich players. Swansea now have the lead against Rotherham though, so extra pressure on us to try and get the win. Half time, I am going to be a little bit mean to the team and say I'm not happy with their performance. Almost all of them reacting well except for Soler. I might be able to fix that situation if I tell him I've got faith in him. Does that work? No, it doesn't work. He's still stressed. Don't know what he's stressed about. We're 1-0 up. I don't really care that much. Somebody's asking if the stream's out again. It's going to be interesting to see how this stream actually works out when it is uploaded to YouTube. Here's Pospisil. Pushes it out towards Marin. Patterson out to Fernandez. Looking to take on a player. Big tackle there from Warren. But nothing coming of that first opening highlight. Nearly 50 minutes into this. Still not a lot happening. Some of our players looking quite tired at this point, but only as tired as Ipswich. I quite like having the opposition fitness levels up because it gives me a sort of standard to measure myself against. Here's Pospisil on to Morris. Can he create something? He sends it back to Soler. Morris again. Over to Soler. Ball dinked over the top, but cut out by the defender. Morris again. Looking for the pass, finds Fernandez. He's got a man through the middle. Pushes it over to Morris once more. Now Coupadon. Puts it into Pospisil. Round the corner for Sassy. And it's gone in. That was pretty much straight at the keeper as far as I could tell. And he just didn't move. But Sassy is on some form right now. 2 goals in his last... a brace in each of his last 2 games. 4 goals in total. As a player who I don't think has even started a game this season, that is one heck of a turnaround. And after complaining about my attacking midfielders not being able to get goals all season, finally we start to get quite a few. Yeah, it looks like Brussels do have terrible internet for those of you asking. It looks like the stream is stopping and starting. So I think what I might do is do one more game on here and then I'll let the stream end because obviously the video will get uploaded anyway, so people can always just watch afterwards if the stream's a bit crap. But I might try streaming when I get back to London. This was just a test really. I wanted to see how it worked and how easy it was to do, but it looks like it works. It's just the bad internet connection. Sassy with a free kick, headed out, back to Sassy. Is it over? Coupadon blocked and it is cleared away. The internet in Brussels has always been terrible. It takes about 3 hours to upload a YouTube video of 20 minutes sometimes. Pospisil to Coupadon into Sassy. Can he get a hat-trick? He does get the hat-trick. Sassy, 5 goals, 2 games and a hat-trick today. Absolutely sensational stuff. He deserves his own substitution just to get the wild round of applause that will come his way from the Brighton fans. But excellent stuff from Sassy there. Absolutely brilliant. Stanley asking how he doesn't get if the strikerless tactic works. I don't know either. Check out the Reckonist channel, because it's his tactic that I'm using, and it's absolutely incredible. There's always a link to the tactic in my description of all the videos. I don't know if it'll be in the stream description. I think it might be, actually. But go and check out the tactic yourself. It seems like it isn't just this tactic. Almost any strikerless tactic seems to do absolute bits in this game. Just going to eke out substitutions, but a 3-0 win is definitely on the hand. And we're just looking very, very good at the moment. I'm just going to type in the chat so that people know that the internet connection is terrible. But hopefully it's still watchable. If it's not, you can always watch this afterwards. It will be uploaded, because I don't want anybody to miss out on a match in the series. Dotte with the ball, and he's tackled by Pospisil, but I don't think there's going to be time even if he gets there. Bueno has it though. A good ball over the top, and we could have another, but the tackle comes in from a man who I thought might have been Castellano for a minute there. But 3-0, another incredible win for us. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Back-to-back victories at home, and we're playing the bottom club next. Back at the top of the league. And that certainly shouldn't have changed today. And in fact, Norwich have lost away from home to Bolton. We are now 3 points clear at the top. And if this is the kind of luck that streaming brings, I'll definitely be doing it more often. But I think we'll just play the game against Oxford today, because I think the stream's already going to be about 35-40 minutes long. And then I'll probably just do a normal upload tomorrow and Sunday. Then maybe on Monday we can think about another stream. Otherwise it will be Tuesday when we might do it. But it's all dependent on what's going on for me at work, because I do get very, very busy sometimes. So I will just knock out a quick video if that's the situation that we're in. But yeah, it's certainly interesting. In the stream at the moment, it looks like you've only just kicked off the game against Ipswich at the time that I've finished it. So that's how much of a lag has developed on this stream. I think by the time it finishes, you'll only be at the start of the Oxford match. But again, I'm not going to bother with the post-match press conference during a live stream. Normally I do them because I think, certainly for me in this game, they've made a big difference between when I do use the assistant manager and when I do it myself, because the assistant manager cocks up so much, it's unbelievable, and it does have impacts on morale. But I've also noticed that the mind games seem to work more often. The more that I use mind games in this game, I almost always get a good result out of it. I don't know if they've tinkered with the the formula that runs the engine so that post-match interviews and pre-match interviews have a bigger effect than they have in previous years, but it certainly seems to help maintain morale at a very, very high level. But next up, we do have a game against Oxford, and that means that the next episode will also be the start of the January transfer window. So let me know if you've got suggestions for players I could take a look at. I mean, it's difficult when most of them are regens, but if there's a particular area you'd like me to take a look at, and also if there's a particular position. Sheffield Wednesday, why is everybody going after my assistant managers? Why is the under-23s assistant manager and they're offering them the full-time job? Just leave my blooming assistant managers alone, will you? I hate it when people come in for staff, because you don't get bloody transfer fees. Maybe that's the next thing in football, is that people will start paying ludicrous amounts of transfer fees. I know that some managers already have that, but can you imagine if they start paying $5 million for an under-23s coach? That'd be absolutely brilliant. That'd be a sign that football really has gone mad when physios are going for £6-7 million quid. But yeah, I'm just looking at some of the comments here. I think the stream and the chat are definitely out of sync, and certainly when my recording is coming in. But it is actually really, really nice playing the game at the same time as we're chatting, or that I'm seeing you guys talk. Even if you are about 10 minutes behind me in the stream, it's still really quite nice. But the bottom club can sometimes be a bogey team, so it's going to be an interesting game. I also think the 1st of January is going to make this take a while to load up. But yeah, I think I quite enjoy this stream so far, so I think I probably will be doing a few more in the future, because it saves so much time for me. I mean, the amount of time that goes into editing, rendering and uploading video is absolutely insane. So if streaming's something that you guys enjoy, I would definitely be happy to do it in the future. I'm not... how much extra money do I get for doing it? I don't need the cash, so I think that is a ridiculous budget. And not much between promotion and promotion by winning the league, but reaching the playoffs to promotion is quite a big change. But I just don't need the cash. I'm not even sure I'm actually going to sign anybody in this transfer window. So there's not really much point in putting up the expectations just in case something does go wrong. And I do, for whatever reason, fall short. Zinedine Zidane in charge of Lyon is after Bueno, my best player. That is not ideal. I think a couple of episodes ago they actually he submitted a transfer request because he wanted to leave, and I think I agreed something like 30 million, 25 million as the asking price. If they come in with that much money, I probably will say yes, because Bueno's great, but I don't think in the Championship he's going to make that much of a difference. If we can hang on to him to next season in the Premiership, I think he really could make quite a big impact. So we'll see if that hands-off warning will have any difference. Don't need to register any new players because I've not focused on buying anybody. If I'm going to spend money, I want to wait until we're in the Premier League and our reputation goes up, because then a lot more players become available to scout and to have a look for. And I always prefer bringing players in during the summer than in January, because it's more difficult to scout players properly. But the board, very, very happy with me in my opening season at the moment. That's some of the highest I've seen the board confidence in this series. Now, we have managed to get to this game against Oxford, but the team is dead on its feet. Just trying to do the quick pick there to see if it puts fitter players in, but we are really struggling here. I mean, Hickman can come in, there's no doubt about that. We don't need to play Marin for this game. Let's put Hickman in. I'm also hoping that Oxford are as tired as we are. We could put Carmona in, Mbom could maybe start, but the strikers aren't too bad, to be honest. Maybe I could drop Pospisil in for Fernandez. If he can play there, he can play there, and then take Fernandez off for Mbom. That should help the fitness a little bit, but there's not really anybody else I can bring in, so the team's going to have to go out there tired. Bueno's not fully fit, and we'll struggle to see the game out. But still, similar team to before. Mbom, Sassi and Frias all up front. Frias hasn't played for a while. Pospisil is in midfield with Morris there. We can go through the rest of the defence in a minute. I accidentally went forward a bit too quickly there. But we are 3 points clear at the top, so it is important we get a win today. We cannot afford any more slip-ups. Captain Allen, yeah, the connection is a bit crap. And yeah, you'll be able to watch the video back later if the stream's a bit unwatchable. But I will be doing more streams when I'm back in London. I have a much better internet connection there. Rather than take 3 hours to upload a video, it takes 20 minutes, and it's saving an awful lot of stress in my life being able to do that. It's just being able to get fibre optic broadband again. I mean, I don't think that even exists in Belgium. Maybe somebody can tell me wrong, but I feel sometimes like I'm actually on dial-up. I mean, trying to stream on an internet connection like this. I think my landlord actually pays for my internet connection out here. One of the reasons I wanted to get out of this apartment, because I offered to pay him more money for him to get a better internet connection, and he said no. I mean, who says no to more money? But he did. But we have kicked off now. Nothing coming from the opening highlight. The Oxford team, I think they must have changed a lot of players. I don't think they've got their first team out here, because there's a lot of players there who are pretty much dead, but the rest of them look quite fit. So hopefully that's something we could take advantage of. Frias with the ball, out to Mbom. He's reversed it to Lampeze. What's he doing up there? But Sassi's in, and Sassi does it again. Where have you been all my life, Walid Sassi? That's incredible. 6 goals now in 3 games. He is a machine, and he's going to be starting every game to the end of the season on this basis. Where has he come from? He is a Nachtigall of Brighton. We had Nachtigall at Bayer Leverkusen, who just came out of nowhere halfway through a season as just a fringe player who'd come through the academy. Now we've got Sassi. I mean, he's not even fit and he's scoring goals. It's brilliant. We've been looking for a finisher for so long, and finally we've managed to get one. Now Oxford, they are failing to get any shots on. That is exactly what we like to see. Here's Hickman's throw to Pospisil. Now Frias. Tackle comes in, and there's got to be a foul from Kuthurst, but apparently not. Foul with the ball. Drags it back. Finds the other player. I don't know how you pronounce that name. I'm so bad at trying to pronounce names on the fly. Give me a bit of time to study it. I'll usually get it right, but Frias here into Mbom. Sassi's trying to make a run, get another goal. Bueno to Pospisil. Mbom to Sassi. Will he shoot? He sends it back. Frias looking for Sassi. He's in on goal, but he's put it over the bar. So close to another goal there, Sassi. The Lionel Messi of this Brighton Journeyman series. Obviously, I think we'd already signed... Did we sign Messi? I'm pretty sure we signed Messi. Where did we sign Messi? Where were we when we signed him? We weren't at Monaco. Were we in Napoli when we signed Messi? I can't even remember. Soler with the ball. Back to Amigo. Trying to bring it forward. He's got players around him. Finds Pask. He then puts it forward to Bueno. Pospisil. On to Frias. Now it's Sassi. Players around him. Picks out Hickman. Inside to Frias. Now Pospisil. On to Mbom. Back to Bueno again. Pospisil with the ball. Forward to Sassi. Ball reversed to Hickman. He's in on goal. And it's saved from Mifsud, who I'm pretty sure is one of our former players, is he not? What a traitor. Denying us a chance of more goals. Corner from Bueno. Trying to stick it in at the near post. And Soler, it's just bounced off his face and gone out. Not the most elegant performance there from Soler. But we hopefully will not rue that missed opportunity. He needed to flick that on instead of face plant the ball. But you can't always get what you want. Nearly half time. Still just 1-0. Not particularly happy at 1-0. We should be a few more goals ahead. We've had 2 clear-cut chances. I can't really remember what the second one was. I guess it was the effort that Mifsud denied us, but not been bad. Here's another chance right before half-time. Lambeze to Bueno. On to Pospisil. He puts it into Frias, and it's saved from Mifsud again. He is impregnable at the moment. I don't know if he was like that for us. Corner, though. Going to be taken by Bueno. Pretty much on the stroke of half-time, but Mifsud comes out to claim it. I'm getting sick of hearing his name. He needs to make a mistake. Give us another goal. 2-0, I think we've got this game wrapped up, but at 1-0 against the bottom club, there is always that unpredictability when top plays bottom. Go to tell the team, not happy with them, and everybody reacts well. Even Pask, he didn't have a little fit this time. Game taking a while to kick off the second half. It's thirsty work talking for this long. Johnson with the ball. Back to Arroyo. Johnson once more. Tackled by Lambeze. I will just say that I'm glad I don't have face cam at the moment, because I imagine this stream would absolutely choke down my computer so much if I also tried to put a webcam through this as well. But yeah, more stream when I have better internet connection, definitely. When I'm back in London, there will be more streams, I think. People that are watching after the fact, not during the live stream, but normal video viewers, do let me know in the comments what you think about the live stream format. I mean, it's basically the same as if I just did a kind of real-time series, but some people will get to chat along live if I stream rather than just record them like this. Now, I was thinking about doing a series like this next year, but Frias has found Hickman in the area. It's back towards Frias, and he's lost possession there. Hickman picking out the wrong player, I think, and we are now at risk of being countered by Oxford. Foul with the ball. Their 2 strikers do look dangerous from the brief glimpses we've seen of them. We are an hour into this game now. Mensah over the top, but Soler cuts it out. Now Sassi. What can he do? Sends it back to Soler. He then pushes it forward to Sassi once more. Back to Hickman. Over to Pospisil. He then pushes it on to Mbom. Players around him. Finds Lambeze. He then puts the ball in. It comes to Frias, and we do make it 2-0. There is the insurance policy for us. 2-0 up. Absolutely brilliant stuff. It's amazing how far you guys are behind. When I skip over and have a look at the YouTube screen, I'm now an hour into the game against Oxford. You still haven't even loaded it up. But at 2-0, we are looking very, very good. Going to have to make a couple of substitutions now. Bring on some of the youngsters to see this game out, because the team are dying. I'm not too fussed about the FA Cup. Let me know in the comments or in the chat what you think we should do about the FA Cup game, because it's just 4 days away. Do we just rest all of our big players, or what do we do? Because the team is absolutely flat out knackered. I'm going to take Soler off in a little bit, because I think everybody else can see out the game, but It's difficult when your team is this tired. You can't really fight on every front. It would be nice to progress through the FA Cup, because I think two-legged competitions like the League Cup, when you get to that semi-final stage, are nearly impossible for smaller teams to get through, because over two legs, Manchester United are always going to just bend you over a barrel. But in the FA Cup, you come up against Chelsea like we did in the League Cup or EFL Cup, you can beat them in one game. Here's Frias with the ball. He's gone for goal, and it's just wide from Frias. He's not played much recently, but that wasn't a bad effort whatsoever. With 15 minutes left to go, we are still pushing forward for that third goal against Oxford, who still haven't had a shot on target. Andres has collected the ball. I am just going to quickly make this Soler change, get him off the field. It's going to have to be Lambeze who comes off, and Gedson Fernandez, who's also knackered, is just going to have to come on for a minute. I suppose I could have put Greg Smith on there, but I've made it now. Soler forward to Hickman. Finds Sassy. Ball back to Abbott. Now Mbom. Trying to come forward. He finds Lambeze. Ball over to Abbott. Now Sassy pushes it to Mbom again, across to Lambeze. He's got players in the middle. He's tripped in the area, and we've got a chance for 3-0. Now, who's going to take it? Isn't going to be Sassy, who's already got 6 goals in his last 3 matches in this episode. Will he get another one today? I never really set penalty takers. I like the game to decide who should take them, because I think having the same person on all the time is a bit boring. But who's got this one? Who is stepping up for us? It does take a long time, these penalty highlights sometimes. It is Andres, the centre-back, and he's found the back of the net as well. That was an unattended penalty taker, but he gets his 3rd goal of the season. We again are romping home at home. 3 goals on the score sheet for the 3rd game in a row, and it looks like we're getting another clean sheet as well. No shots on target for the opposition. We've dispatched the bottom club, who can sometimes be difficult, but we've done it brilliantly. A good 3-0 win to end this little stream. Brilliant stuff from the team. Obviously, next time out, we'll also have the January transfer window to look out for. But we're now 5 points clear of Norwich at the top. They drew with Derby County 1-1. We are 5 points clear. We've gone from 2nd place to 5 points clear across 3 games. And a lot of that is thanks to Sassy up front. I love his name as well, Sassy. It's absolutely brilliant. But he has come and absolutely blown things away. I'm not even sure where he's from. He's Tunisian, and we signed him for 1.2 million last season. He played half the games last season. He's not really played this season, but he's now got 6 goals in 8 games, and is really staking a claim for becoming a first-team player. But what an episode that is. A perfect stream there. 3 goals in all 3 games. Conceded just 1 across them. Next time out, we'll be taking on Bradford City, Manchester United, Leeds and West Brom across 3 competitions. And we'll have the January transfer window.